Hey, 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 are we live? Are we live? What's up, consciousness creators? I think we are live. If someone wants to send something my way to let me know. Hold on a second here. My camera's going crazy. Okay, we'll just do it like this. Okay. Sorry about that. A little rough start. Having issues with my music. Okay, good. I see a couple of people are on here. Feel free to say hi. Happy New Year, Consciousness Creators. Welcome to the Consciousness Creator Summit. My name is Tony Doyle, and we'll be kicking things off today here shortly. Just waiting for some people to jump on. I see Joelle's here, Pamela's here, Cindy's here, Paul's here, Carolyn's here. Everybody's jumping on. Happy New Year, everybody. So great you guys made it. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Happy New Year. Welcome to the Consciousness Creators Summit. So glad to have you guys in here. Once again, most of you guys probably know me by now, but we do have a lot of new members. Super exciting. I can't even believe it. I checked just a while ago, and we are at almost 1,200 members in 4 weeks. Crazy. Obviously, I set a goal for 1,000, and you guys blew right past that, so I certainly appreciate that. So once again, welcome everyone to the Consciousness Creators Summit. My name is Tony Doyle. I am a transformational mindset coach, and I work with Mind Valley and Hay House and TEDx and a bunch of people and places and things. Pretty much anywhere I can affect people, I like to be there. So that's why I'm so happy to be a part of this summit today. So if you would please, I'm going to take just a couple minutes to share this video out, and if you would do the same. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Viv. If you guys would share this out, please, to everywhere. We want to obviously try to make this reach as many places as we can around the world. So share this out to your groups and to your personal page. And then when you get done doing that, feel free to type in the chat box where you're joining us from. Like I said, we do have close to 1,200 members at this point. So super exciting to get started. So let's take a few minutes just to share out, if we would please. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Just sharing out. If you guys would do the same, I'd appreciate that. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Rosemary, hi Jade, hi everybody. We're just sharing out. If you take a few minutes to share out to your personal pages and any groups you might be involved in. Thanks, Joelle, for sharing. Thanks, everybody. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes here. Hey, Paul. Just getting ready to get started, sharing out. If you guys could all do the same. Thanks, Lorraine. Appreciate that. Miss Colette Leosi, Tapping Girl, is in the building, and she just got done doing a little abbreviated version of Tapping Tuesday, which I caught a little bit of. So that's awesome. So great to have her and her people in here. Thanks, Paul, for sharing that out. Appreciate that. Jenny's in Kansas City. Hi, Jenny. How are you? Glad you could meet us here. All right. Forgive me for just a couple minutes. Going to share out and let you guys collect into the room. We're up to, looks like, almost about 30 people so far. Allie O'Shea is awake and alive. I don't know if she got any sleep at all. But she is here and she is sharing as well. All right, let me just share to a couple more groups here. All right, looks like we have a little over 30 members already on. Guys, appreciate you joining us. We're just sharing out to a couple of groups, and if you would do the same, I would appreciate that. We're trying to reach as many people as possible. Welcome to the Consciousness Creators Summit, and Happy New Year to everyone. All right. Thanks for sharing, everybody. And once you get done sharing, feel free to type in the chat box there where you're joining in from. We have close to 1,200 members at this point, which is amazing. 4 weeks ago, Allie set this group up, and I set a goal for 1,000 members. And you guys blew right past that. In fact, in the last 3 days, I think we've had like 400 members or something. Crazy. So, love it. I'm glad you guys are all here. We're almost up to 40 live on here. So, one last time, guys, we're just taking a few minutes to share out. So, if you would do that, please. Hi, Lorraine's in Dublin. Diane's in Michigan. So, we're sharing out to our personal pages and any groups of like-minded individuals. And then we're going to get started. So after you've shared, please let me know that, and then feel free to type in the chat box there where you're joining us from. We have people from all over the world, and we're up to over 40 people on board with us this morning. Bright and early EST time. Let me know where you guys are and what time it is there as well. So thanks, Allie, for sharing. Allie's got all the connects, and she said she's done a lot of sharing to her groups already. So, San Francisco Bay Area. All right. Hi, everybody. Appreciate you sharing out, and then typing in the chat box here where you're joining us from. 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. where Diane's at, and she got up after New Year's Eve to join us here. We certainly appreciate that, Diane. Thanks for being on board. Welcome to Colette, Tapping Girl, and all of her tapping people from Tapping Tuesday who have just joined us live here as well. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started here shortly. We are almost at 50 people already, bouncing in and out. So we're going to get started. Once again, this is the Consciousness Creators Summit. Consciousness Creators Summit, if we can get that out. There are 7 of us, as most of you guys know. And some of you guys have been with us for the whole month and leading up to this, but we do have a lot of new members. So we'll just talk a little bit about what the summit is about. So our whole idea is to raise consciousness and increase vibration. All right, so that's our whole thing. We have 7 different presenters that are going to be going live once a day for 31 full days of January. And I have the privilege and the honor of starting off this January 1st, 2019. Happy New Year, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get started. We are up to 60 live now, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Once again, welcome to the Consciousness Creators Summit. My name is Tony Doyle. For those of you guys who don't know me, I am a transformational mindset coach. I work with Mind Valley, and I work with Hay House and TEDx, and a bunch of other places you may or may not know, but certainly I like to keep myself in circles of inspiration. So I do a lot of work with Trent Shelton and Rehab Time, and I do a lot of work with Justin Perry, who you guys would know from youarecreators.com, and those types of things. So we're going to be talking about transformational mindset stuff because that's what I do. That being said, today is probably going to be something kind of lay down a little basis for the whole month. Okay. Hi, everybody. I see you guys joining in. I will jump back and forth between the chats, so feel free to let me know where you're joining from. And if you have any questions along the way, I will try to go back and answer those. If not, myself and all of the admins and the creators will be jumping in and answering questions. So type them in the chat box, and like I said, over the course of the week, we'll keep revisiting those over and over again. Okay. Of course, this video will be live on the page all day long, and will remain on the page throughout the month. So you can always go back and grab this stuff as well. So, all right. So our intention today is kind of to set the basis. Okay. I am going to be talking about a couple of things. Mainly, one of my first business coaches, his name is Robin Sharma. I don't know if you guys know him. He is the guy who wrote the book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. He is a leadership coach and does a lot in the business world. But that being said, I subscribe to his philosophy called the 4 pillars, or as he calls them, the interior empires. Okay? So, even though I'm a transformational mindset coach, and I do believe that our mindset controls everything we do while we're here on planet Earth, it's like our entire perspective of whether we're having a good life or a bad life. There are actual 4 pillars that Robin suggests and identifies. So along with mindset, which is 75% of what we do, there is also heart set. Okay? There is also health set. And there is soul set. Okay? So mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. So that's the 4 pillars, or as Robin Sharma likes to call them, the interior empires for success. So we will be talking mostly about mindset, but realize that this is a holistic process, okay? Without heart, and we'll talk about the process of manifestation here a little bit, but without the heart set part, the feelings, manifestation will stay in the thought form. Okay, so let's just start with that right now. So it does take that. Without the health set, without taking care of our physical body, we can't function. Okay, so that is also obviously important. Our mind is housed in the brain and in the body, and so there's a whole physical apparatus that we take care of as well. So that's what we're going to call our health set. And then, of course, our soul set. So that's tapping into the higher power. Okay? Appreciate you guys. I see your comments there, and I'm glad you're with us. We are up around 50 people right now live. And, of course, we have 1,200 in the group. And this will stay on there for you guys to go back to, and anybody who wasn't able to catch it live here at 9 a.m. Eastern. So, right. So Jenny just reemphasized that. So we've got mind, heart, health, and soul. All right. So it's a holistic process, and anytime we're going to create something for ourselves, we really need to touch all of those things. Okay. So once again, if you guys want more on the interior empires, my coach, his name is Robin Sharma. And he's written a whole bunch of books on it, but that is one of his things, and it's called, once again, the 4 pillars or the interior empires. We are going to be spending most of our time on mindset, and specifically on setting intentions on this January 1st, 2019. Super happy you guys are joining in here with us. So, like I said, this is going to be a little bit of randomness because we're just going to start everything going. Realizing that we have 31 broadcasts this month that are going to cover everything holistically, which is why I wanted to start out with the 4 pillars there. Obviously, we've got what we consider experts in all of those sections to help you guys. And we also consider you guys experts. This is a co-creating space, and we appreciate everybody who is on here with us. So feel free to type your insights in the chat box as well. We all learn from each other, for sure. It's the mastermind principle. If you guys know anything about masterminding, literally it's surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals that you can bounce thoughts off of, okay? That's how we actually raise the consciousness of the planet. So that is our goal, and we're obviously appreciative to Ali O'Shea for setting up this group, and we plan to make the most out of it. All right. So that's the 4 pillars. The interior empire, so I always want to say internal, but would be, hey Helen, that would be similar. So setting intentions. Who here, raise your hand or give me a comment, who here can tell me something about setting intentions as opposed to setting goals or setting New Year's resolutions? So what's the difference? What's the difference? Obviously, the old school paradigm was let's do New Year's resolutions. Okay? Lots of people like to do goals, set goals, and we talk about making those SMART goals. But what's an intention? And how is that different? And how do you think that might touch on the 4 pillars that we were just talking about? Anybody got any ideas there? Setting intentions is good. Yeah. Intentions have expectation. Okay, Jade. I like that. Okay. So intentions, goals are pressure, Colette says. Okay, so sometimes goals can be pressure if we make them too specific. Ellie says intentions don't require expectations. Interesting. An intention is less concrete. Okay? We're just throwing out ideas here about the difference between intentions, New Year's resolutions, and goal setting in general. Intentions come from within. That's a great view of it. So once again, let me just cover the 4 pillars in general real quick and show you how we're tying that in, because I know a lot of people are just joining. So we started with the 4 pillars, which is a concept from Robin Sharma, and that includes the mind set, the heart set, the health set, and the soul set. Okay? So we're talking about how all 4 of those combine to intention setting. Okay, so we're getting a lot of good things there. Beliefs, a mental decision. Yes, intention is everything, which is why I wanted to start with that today. So Ali has obviously stated correctly, intention is everything. Jade says an intention is something that will be really good for me. Well, absolutely. It's always good to set intentions. Okay, so let's just talk about intentions a little bit and why they're a better choice for us if we're trying to address the 4 pillars, which, once again, we should be, why they're better than just setting goals or resolutions. So, resolution, New Year resolution, I resolve to, okay? Is there something wrong with a resolution? There's nothing wrong with a resolution, except for the fact that when you resolve to, you leave very little space for the soul set, okay? So, we want to leave space for the universe, God, source, the creator, whatever you believe in that space. We want to leave space for that, right? So when we are concrete on a resolution and a resolve, on even goals, we get so specific that they can be very limiting. Okay? So we actually box ourselves in, and Ellie just said that. New Year's resolutions can be very limiting. So it's true. So it's okay if you're new to mindset, no problem. Okay? So there we go. Intentions are open and limitless. Okay? So what they are is a focus. Okay? It's a way for us to focus. And let me just read the definition here that I have. So, setting intentions is how we focus our thought toward a theme. Okay? So think of things more as themes, such as kindness, compassion, okay? Self-love, those types of things, okay? So an intention does have purpose and is grounded in belief, correct? But it is also completely open for the how to happen, okay? So as opposed to a New Year's resolution, which you would break down into little mini goals, and then it's all driven on, it's all driven on ego, basically. You know what I mean? So it's all about the work ethic. How much can we put into it? That's not a great way for a conscious person to set the tone for a whole year or a week or a month. Anything. We should be doing, in my opinion, we should be doing a lot more intention setting. Okay? Abraham Hicks talks about this. It's one of their favorite processes. It's called segment intention, or segment intending, they call it. So it's setting intentions, and they do it for all the way down for little parts of their day. Okay? So it's setting the tone. And the definition there is, what is an intention? It is something we use to clarify our desire and focus thought to help support the desire, which is the basics to manifestation. Okay? So once again, so we're going to use the intention to clarify our own desire that we have. Okay? So we have a desire for whatever. I have a desire to help other people. Okay? And we're going to focus that thought. We're going to steer it down the road. It's a roadmap. Okay? It's setting our tone. It's, like I said, it's the theme, and it's kind of setting it as a way to go. And it is the absolute basis for manifesting that into our lives. Okay? And most of you guys know that. So we're just catching everybody up to speed. Like I said, this very first day will be a lot about throwing out some verbiage and getting some ideas flowing. We have 31 days. We'll come back and catch up all of this stuff. So don't worry if you don't get everything right away, or if this part is over your head. No problem. We're all in different spots, and we accept everybody where they're at. So, all right, awesome. So yeah, so we're clarifying a desire, okay? And then we're going to focus thought to help support the desire. All right, so we got a couple concepts there. You got desire, you've got thoughts, okay? And obviously, I'm in that definition, I'm saying they're two different things, okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Processes for manifestation, okay? We'll talk about a couple more processes there. And what else should we talk about? Focus. Focus and theme. Okay? So in general, we're going to take our desire to help other people, okay? We're going to focus that using our thoughts, okay? And we're going to let that steer us down the road towards a better us, okay? Leaving room for source energy to come in and do what they do about how we get there, okay? And we're going to talk, I'm going to give you some specific intentions, but I would really like you guys to make your own. You can obviously adopt any of these, but it has to come from you, or it's not really your desire. So if we're starting with your desire, you can definitely modify some of these 10 that I'll give you here in a little bit. Okay? Exactly, Jenny. Intentions open you up to all pillars. So once again, we want to try to address the 4 pillars. Okay? So if we're addressing the 4 pillars in our overall transformation, intention is the best way to go out of all of those guides. And it kind of sets us up for everything else that we'll talk about as we go through mindset stuff for the next 31 days. And you guys have a lot of coaches, and you'll hear some other perspectives on it as well as we go, and that's awesome. Like, there's room for everything. Like I said, this is a co-creating space, so feel free to keep typing in the chat boxes. I love your interaction there. I appreciate it very much. So we're going to move ahead. So we've got basically with what an intention is, okay? Once again, clarifying our desire by focusing thoughts to help support the desire, which is the basis for manifestation, okay? Manifestation. Thoughts become things, right? Thoughts become things. Who's heard that? Give me a 1 in the comment box if you guys know thoughts become things. I'm going to wait for you to type a 1. Let me see if I got any interaction. Thoughts become things, right? Anybody out there? What do you think? Thoughts become things, yes? Give me some hearts or some 1s or something. Carolyn, yes. Angelina, yes. Jade, yes. Thoughts become things. Okay. Thoughts become things, okay? It's probably one of the most famous law of attraction quotes out there, okay? But how does that work? Okay, Colleen, Helen, Noreen, thanks guys. Cindy, all you guys, yes. Colette, Chris, thoughts become things. They do, okay? Thoughts create things in our physical world. Indeed they do, okay? But it is a process, okay? So to simplify it to thoughts become things is probably a little bit oversimplified for a group like this, okay? So we're going to break it down a little bit more than that because we have millions of thoughts a day, right? Okay, we have millions of thoughts a day. So if every single thought became a thing and there was instant manifestation, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? So what do you think about that? Colleen Hoke types, we become the thoughts we allow ourselves to think. As we think, we imprint and form beliefs. Aha! There we go. Now we're getting into some real mindset stuff. Okay, we're talking about paradigms. Thanks for joining. Yes. Yes, obviously we don't want every single thought we think. Think about just recollect on some of the thoughts you've thought already today. Okay? Like seriously, just for a second, because we don't want to dwell on those thoughts. But was every thought a good thought, and would you want it to come to pass instantly? Yeah, exactly. You have to have choice in it, right? So we need a little bit of time period there, and we have to, in the process of thoughts becoming things, we talked about it in the 4 pillars a little bit. Okay, there's other parts to add to that. Okay, so inside your head, okay, inside your mind, which is housed inside your head, you can have a thought, and then within your body that joins with a feeling. Okay, so actually, a thought that you join with the feeling creates things. Okay? Exactly. You guys are saying we have a lot of negative thoughts. We do. As human minds, the monkey mind, as Seth likes to call it, we think a lot of negative thoughts. In fact, most people think a lot of more negative than positive. So we do not want that to happen instantaneously. Okay, so we need this process to happen, and it's a beautiful process because we're allowed to think, and then we can use our prefrontal cortex and our ego to mull it over and see if that's something we really want. Now, if that's something we connect to in our heart set or our soul set, we can add feeling to that, okay? So, once again, we're throwing out a couple more terms here. So, I'm going to differentiate between thoughts, feelings, and emotions, okay? Thoughts, feelings, and emotions, okay? A lot of people use them all together. As consciousness creators, we know that they are not the same thing, okay? So, thoughts created in here, right? We have millions of them every day. A lot of them are bad, okay, or just not productive. You know what I mean? Feelings, on the other hand, are those that we identify with, okay? So, something that Abraham Hicks might say that source energy agrees with. You know what I mean? So we get that feeling, that good feeling about that thought. And then emotion is a third thing. Okay? Exactly, Sarah. We are not our thoughts because we would all be in trouble if we were all purely our thought and every thought had equal weight. Correct. All right, so we're differentiating right now between thoughts, feelings, and emotions. What is emotion? Anybody want to tackle the topic of emotion and how it relates to thoughts and feelings? Anybody? I see crickets. All right. No problem. It's early. It's okay. And it's right after New Year's Eve. All right, so let's think about it. Thoughts, a whole bunch of them, okay? Ego, mind. Feelings, okay? Feelings, there we go, Colette. You guys are starting to get it there. We add some desire to it, okay? So feelings, okay, is when we can connect that to something that we really want, all right? And then emotions. Emotions are energy in motion, okay? So how does a feeling turn to an emotion? How does a feeling turn to an emotion? Anybody know? Anybody think? All right, well, let's just back up. So if emotion is energy in motion, okay, let's just talk about the entirety of everything is energy. Okay? Everything is energy. Famous Nikola Tesla quote, "If you wish to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Okay? Emotion is a reaction to the feelings we have to the thoughts we think. Okay. That's a good working definition there. Let's expand on that. Ellie just put in the chat box, emotion is a reaction to the feelings we have to the thoughts we think. Okay, so that's good. So we're marrying a thought, we're adding feeling to it. That happens in our body, and emotion is energy in motion. Okay, that's the vibration. Okay, so that's an external thing that we can see and feel to see where our feeling is. Okay, if you guys study Abraham Hicks, they talk about the emotional scale, and that you can tell what you're manifesting based on your emotion. Okay, based on your emotions. So you can tell where your feelings are, because thoughts and feelings are internal. Emotion is an external manifestation of that. Okay. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for Type it in the chat box there. I love the engagement. Okay? So energy is everything. Energy vibrates at a measurable frequency. Okay? So frequency is measurable. We all love Nikola Tesla, yes. Frequency is measurable. Okay? We measure that in hertz. And in general, there's a universal law. It's called the law of vibration. And it tells us that everything vibrates. Energy is everything, and energy vibrates. And vibration is measurable in frequencies. Okay? So let's just start there with that basis. So if we're going to set our intentions for manifesting different things into our life, it's important to know all this background stuff. Like, how are we doing it? You know what I mean? So you can follow processes, and you can get there a lot of way. In fact, you could use only a lot of effort and work, and you can get a lot of stuff done. But you will never be complete, and you'll never be able to tackle the entire 4 pillars that we were talking about without doing that. Right, Joel talked about it. It's our guidance system. So it's our GPS, our emotional guidance system. That's emotion, okay? All right, so we're working through this process. Once again, we're starting with intentions. So we're focusing thoughts. And then we're using that to manifest things into our lives that we would like to. Right? And we're using thoughts and feelings to do that. The emotion is the outer or the external way we can judge what our thoughts and feelings are doing. Ellie says, if emotions are energy in motion, emotions vibrate and they have a frequency. They do, and they are a measurable frequency, which is very important for us conscious creators. Why is that important? Because if our frequency is measurable, that means we can do what? We can raise it, lower it. We can choose to, it's just like money. Money is measurable. If you add $1 to $1, you have $2. Okay? So, with that being said, just using mathematics, okay? So this may get a little sciencey and mathy for you guys, but hopefully this is a conscious enough group that you'll understand some of the basis here, okay? Awesome, Ellie. Thanks, Kathy. Thanks for joining. So once again, we're going to talk about energy is everything. Energy vibrates at measurable frequencies, okay, which is the law of vibration. That's a universal law. Okay, you see how these things are encompassing all 4 pillars as we go? Okay, so you could do it just from a science standpoint. You could do it just from a spiritual standpoint. But we live on a 3D Earth, a planet, a physical. Okay, so we live in a physical realm, so we have to know how that relates here. But we also have to know the behind-the-scenes part of that. So I hope this is helping you guys. So. Is this interesting and helpful to you guys? I don't want to lead you down a rabbit hole if it's not. So, yeah, helpful? Cool. Okay, awesome. So, okay, Colette wants to know the 4 pillars. So let's start there one more time. So we'll go back to the pillars because this is the basis of my whole talk. So it's good to get this. So, all right. So the 4 pillars are mindset, first and foremost, in my opinion. And once again, this is based on the work of Robin Sharma. Okay? So we are saying mindset is 75%. Within that, we have to address also health set, which is our physical body. Okay? Heart set, which is where our feelings come from. Okay? And we can get more, throughout the month, we'll get more into that because there is a ginormous, to use a word that's not a word, amount of energy that comes from our heart, more so than from our head, actually. So that's why the vibration increases so much when we add it to a thought, okay? So once again, mindset, health set, heart set, and soul set. Okay? Thanks. I'm glad this is helpful. Everybody's commenting this is helpful. So absolutely. So we're getting to, this is kind of like a micro version. We're trying to break down the whole process of manifesting something into our lives. Basically, an amazing 2019. So whatever that means for you. And we're starting with intentions. We're talking about the 4 pillars. Now we're talking about energy and how we take thought, feeling, and we express that. The emotion lets us know where it's going, okay? And then we're going to vibrate that out, okay? So how do we vibrate, and how do we make that? How do we increase our vibration so that it's more powerful? Okay, obviously, the more powerful the vibration, the more things that we can attract back into our lives. Okay. You guys hopefully know the basis of law of attraction. And you'll get tons of that all through this month. So I'll just kind of throw it out there. But like attracts like, okay? So vibrations attract vibrations. So if we raise our vibration, we get better things back to us, point blank, okay? So, all right, so let's talk about how can we raise vibrational frequencies. Can we? Is that something we can physically do? Can we raise our own vibration? That's a good question to start with. Who thinks we can or can't raise our own vibration? Yes, we can. Can we lower our vibration? Right. Okay. Right. We're in control. We're in control of our vibration. You know why? Because we're in control of our existence and our experience on this planet. Okay. So we always can change those things. But the problem is, if we're a conscious creator, okay. So if we're doing things consciously to raise that and to manifest things, we have to know how to do it, right? We have to know in this physical existence, how are we going to raise the vibration? I see a ton of yeses. Thanks for your interaction. We have to know how to do it. So you guys have any good ideas about things to raise vibration? We know a lot of things that lower vibration, right? We don't want to dwell on those lower things, but things that can lower vibration, maybe a lot of media, negative people, even poor diet. Go back to the 4 pillars. Anything that affects those 4 things in a negative way, right? Sometimes music can either raise or lower. Healthy food, meditation. I'm seeing lots of good ideas there. Right. Absolutely. I love the engagement, guys. Appreciate that very much. Meditation. I see a ton of yes. Affirmations, meditation. Beautiful. Connecting with nature. Very good one. Gratitude. About to cover that. Who said that? A bunch of people said it. Sonia said it for one, though. Okay. Music, candles, incense, nature, friends, animals. Allie's got the whole list. Of course, Miss Allie O'Shea will be joining us towards the end of the week, and can't wait to see what she's on tap as well. We've got lots of creators coming this week, and I'll go through the list once again at the end of today's session. Mantras. So Ellie's talking about mantras. Beautiful. Dancing. Adopting a movement practice. Beautiful. So that could be dancing, it could be yoga, it could be tai chi, it could be a lot of things. Affirmations, tapping. Who said tapping? Colette, you'll be happy to know Angelina said tapping. Candles, meditation. Beautiful. All great things. Scripting. Aha! Someone has gotten us to scripting. I love that one. Beautiful. Sage. Okay. You can sage your house. Okay. Connecting to nature. My dogs. Absolutely. Pets, dogs, friends, family. Beautiful stuff. Okay, great. I love all your ideas. So I want to cover just 5 quick ones. And there are lots. And I see you guys are already into a lot of those. So essential oils, beautiful. Keep typing in the chat box. Once again, this is a co-creator space. Honestly, like we all want to learn from each other. So for those of you who don't know ways to raise your vibration and you want some, or you want different ones, you want new ones, feel free to look at all of these. I see hundreds. Exactly. Margarita said your inner being will guide you to what will raise your vibration. And that's completely true because everything affects us all differently. You know what I mean? Depends where we're coming from. So let's cover a few of the ways I do it in my journey. This is what these are probably the top 5 that I use on a daily basis. Okay? Walking by the ocean, that's awesome. Essential oils, again, great. All right, so my top 5 personally, okay, the ones that I use most often, and like I said, if these don't raise their vibration, there are plenty of others. But let's just talk about these 5 real quick. Appreciation and gratitude. Okay, I've shared on several lives and interviews in the past about appreciation. My practice of appreciation absolutely is how I stay positive from the minute I wake up. And it has become so second nature that I literally start finding things to appreciate before my eyes even open. Like, my first thoughts are always some form of appreciation. Okay? So whether that's if I can hear a bird or like literally I wake up and I'm excited to have for the day itself. So I'm already thinking intentions when I wake up too. But it's appreciation. You can find appreciation for everything, you know. I do a couple of deep breaths. I like literally my mind just starts thinking about appreciative things. Whether it could be even a little bit in the past or a dream. It could be, you know, we just went through Christmas and all that, so maybe you had a really good interaction with a partner or parents or kids or pets. You know what I mean? Like those things, to recall those in your mind and appreciate those types of things right off the bat completely raises your vibration. And it's so much easier to maintain a vibration high if you start high, okay? My pillow is so soft. Beautiful. Awesome. So I start there, and literally it's the first thing. Allie, I see what you're writing, and I appreciate that. Inside joke, sorry. So I start with appreciation. Gratitude is just a step under appreciation. And I'm sure Allie will go more into that. I love her explanation of the difference between appreciation and gratitude. But there is a slight gradient differentiation between pure appreciation and gratitude. Okay, gratitude usually is means you overcame something. You know, so basically you're including that in your vibration a little bit. You know, even though it's a positive side of it, appreciation is pure. It's literally loving something for the sake of itself. Okay, so that's how I start out. I start out with appreciation and gratitude, and then I see a lot of people talking about meditation, breathing, yoga. So mindfulness, in my opinion, is a great process. in general. And different people can do different things, and it kind of depends on, once again, your 4 pillars. Okay, so remember, we're trying to address our 4 pillars. Okay. So mindfulness. I do breathing exercises all the time. Okay. One of the many myriad jobs when I take off one hat and put on another hat, I work with kids in the school corporation who are having issues with anger management or possibly some kind of other diagnosed mental health issue or something. Okay. And I use mindfulness almost in an entirety. Literally, I use mindfulness to raise vibration and help change mindset. But it starts with deep breathing. We do deep breathing exercise. I have a whole breath work process that I can go through, and I use different things each time. Hi, everybody. I see Jean's joined us. Little Rosie Sunshine. Good morning. Jean says gratitude is most important. Absolutely. So gratitude and appreciation, that is my number 1. Number 2, I would say, is mindfulness. I almost always, as a first or second thing, while I may still be in my bed, and doing some kind of breath work. It comes very easy. I do it at the same time as I do my appreciation. I also add visualization to that lots of times, just as a natural sideline, and we'll talk about more processes as the month goes along. So appreciation, gratitude, breathing, meditation, yoga, Tai Chi. So it's kind of increasing mindfulness at the same time as getting some health set in there, okay? So your soul set and health set can be combined in your 4 pillars, okay? Going back to our 4-pillar process. Inspiring quotes, okay? If you guys follow my personal page, you know I'm an inspiring quote guy. I post, read, listen to nonstop all the time. Inspiring quotes, stories, those types of things. Jesse Lynn said, first time I tried to meditate, a fire started in my apartment. Maybe you may want to inbox one of us for some... for some ideas on that. You may be doing that a little bit wrong. I don't know. I'm sure it had nothing to do with one or the other. So, mindfulness is the basis of my mental health. Exactly. Perfect. Okay? And once again, I was sharing that I work with a lot of kids in the school corporation. I actually have 38 kids that I work with on a weekly basis that are anger management clients or have some sort of mental health diagnosis that I help almost exclusively with mindfulness techniques, anger management strategies, which are based in mindfulness, okay? And that can help us with everything, I'm telling you. Like, that will completely raise your vibration if you just master that piece even, okay? So inspirational quotes, though, like, I know most of you guys probably do that as well, but it's non-stop for me. Like and you can ask Allie. Allie's always like, you do too many programs, you do too many things, because literally every minute that I'm not helping someone else, I'm increasing my own vibration, and I'm doing that masterminding process that we were talking about. So I'm people smarter than me and higher vibe than me. I want them in my corner, you know. I want them in the back of my mind, talking to me at all times. So. Jen says, I work in mental health fields as well and teach all these things to my clients. Great. Awesome, Jen. So yeah, so we do a lot of the same stuff then. So basically Monday through Thursday during school hours, that's where I'm at. I do that stuff most. And then, it's great to share with our own families as well. And as a lot of you guys may know, your own families may not be the most receptive to some of these ideas, but it's about planting small seeds, okay? So just don't let that distract you. Plant the small seeds, allow them their space, and move on, okay? So we've covered 3 things there. So I've got appreciation and gratitude, mindfulness techniques, which encompass a whole bunch of stuff. Inspiring quotes, which includes podcasts and videos and all kinds of things. So it's being discerning on that type of thing. Laughing and smiling. Laughing and smiling. That's a big one on the Abraham Hicks. If you guys are followers of Esther or Abraham in general, laughing and smiling instantly increases your vibration. Instantly. Okay, so funny movies, funny songs. Okay. Right, I'm just reading some of the comments here. Exactly. All right, beautiful. Exactly. Eugene summed it up there. It's about you, not them. So exactly. So if you notice, all these processes are about changing me, bringing me to a higher state. Okay? Exactly. Are you guys into laughter and smiling? Some people aren't. But Joel, yeah, you always post some funny things. I feel like Facebook is awesome for some funny memes, although you have to be a little discerning sometimes. They get a little on the raunchy side, maybe. Okay. Right. Beautiful. So laughing, smiling. I go to a lot of comedy shows. I like funny movies. You know what I mean? I like people who make me laugh. So that's an important strategy throughout my day. And once again, these are the 5 things I probably do most often in a single day. Hugging, that's a great one. That's one. Okay. So yeah, lots of us, maybe that's your main go-to thing. You know what I mean? You may be the funny person that literally that's how you keep your vibration high, you know, and they talk about laughing stuff off. It's exactly what that is. You know what I mean? It's increasing your vibration to the point where you allow them to go do their thing and not take it personal, whatever it was. Okay? So you can increase your vibration a whole bunch. Even the simple act of smiling, they have all kind of studies that smiling itself, not only do you affect everyone who sees you, but you internally increase your own vibration. And once again, remember, vibration is measurable, okay? It has a measurable frequency in hertz. So there is science to back all this stuff up, okay? This is not woo-woo spirituality with no backing, okay? All this is real stuff, okay? Same thing with hugging. You know what I mean? Like, all that is studied, okay? And the 5th thing that I've listed down here is kind of an in general, and you guys have talked a lot about some of those things. And that is creative pursuits. Okay? Creative pursuits. And why does that work? Why does creative things work? And some people say they're not creative, and they are. Because guess what we're doing every day, consciousness creators? We are creating, okay? The conscious part of that is we are trying to use our intentions to focus that creation. But we're creating nonstop. Everything you have around you, you created, okay? Everything in this world was created. All of us. Even if you think you're not a creative person, you are a creative person. You may not have found your niche. I would suggest start trying things. Okay? Have fun. Have fun. Add that laugh, smile. Like someone said earlier, you know, your inner being will tell you when you find the things that you connect with. Okay? I like that, Colleen. Colleen Hoke typed in, when we are in flow, we create. And we're going to talk about flow. One of the big things, I'm part of the Flow Genome Project, which is a worldwide project on this concept called flow. And the funny thing is, she says, when we are in flow, we create. And the funny thing is, when we create, we are in flow. Okay? And we'll talk more about flow. We're not going to introduce that concept quite yet, except just to dangle it out there. Yeah, exactly. Dee says she used to say that she was not creative. We are all creative. And you may not have found your creative passion, but I 100% encourage you to try things and do so, okay? And it doesn't matter what it is. It really doesn't matter. Okay? Colleen says we create what we are aligned to. You know what? We create 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The idea of this whole group actually is to focus that creative process so that we can raise the consciousness of not only ourselves, but in raising our own vibration and our own consciousness, affect those around us. So, beautiful. Colleen says, I believe that's part of why we're here, and I absolutely agree with that as well. All right. Great stuff, guys. So once again, the 5 processes I use most often on a daily basis are appreciation and gratitude, some form of mindfulness, usually breath work, and then meditation as well twice a day. And someone had a question about meditation earlier. I personally, my practice, like I said, I do breath work first, and we'll talk about breathing exercises and things like that. But I do that just to calm my mind and breathe out any negative stuff, because I visualize negative coming out as I'm breathing out, and I breathe in positive vibrations, and I'm doing the intentions at the same time. But then I do morning meditation every single day for at least 20 minutes. And that's usually a guided meditation. I like guided meditations in the morning. And if you don't know the difference, I'm sure we'll go into more of that. We've got Jason on board as one of the admins here. So when we get to his day, I'm really hoping he's going to lead us in some guided meditations. He is the best. He is a master. But I love guided meditations for the morning to kind of help set those intentions, get the ball rolling, raise the vibration, all of that stuff. So I do it 20 minutes in the morning, and then I do it 20 minutes of the evening as well. So I'm up to 2-time meditation. Once in a while, I'll go 3, like before a TEDx talk or something like that, where there's like 30,000 people in the audience or a big show. Another thing I guess I didn't even share with you guys is in the States, I've probably most been known for the last 20 years as a hip hop artist. So I've toured all around the country as a supporting act. So including on shows with Beyonce and Jay-Z, and I don't even want to get into all that. But anyway, so you get on the occasion where you're in front of a lot of people, and I like to meditate before that stuff. So meditation is so important for my own personal practice. And then a lot of people like to add in things, and recently I have been adding in more things. Yoga fits in there. Tai Chi fits in there. You know, some kind of martial art where it's more, you know what I mean? It's about movement. Once again, going back to our 4 pillars, getting our health set tied back into that. And mindfulness. You know what I mean? All at the same time. So it's beautiful. Okay. And then laughing and smiling. We talked about that. Perfect, right? Inspirational quotes. So sometimes if you need some external motivation or inspiration, okay, external quotes are great for that. It's really the principle of just surrounding yourself with good people. So if you don't have them physically in your life, you can certainly go on the internet and find what you want. Okay, and on one of these sessions, I am going to go through an extensive list of people that I would suggest for you guys to either follow, read, just all those resources. So we'll go through all that at some point here in the week or in the month to come here. So, and then your creative desires, okay, your creative passions. I don't care if it's painting, singing, dancing. It could be anything. Some people have a creative passion for mathematics, okay. Whatever yours is, follow that passion to your bliss, okay? They've known for hundreds and hundreds of years the way to happiness is to follow your passion. So, once again, that creative pursuit, you guys, if you do follow me on my personal page, you know I'm not great at it, but I like to do painting. So lots of times I'll go and I'll be doing a painting project somewhere, and I may even grab one of the youth that I work with and do it with them at the same time. So that will include, you know what I mean, some mindfulness, some meditation, a lot of laughter, and some creative pursuits. So, okay. So that's the 5 ways. And someone just asked me, let me just scroll back real quick because this was a good point. So Sarah Palmer says, can we look at ways to raise other people's vibration, or is it a case of by raising our own, we lift others? Okay. So let's just address that real quick. In general, our own is everything. Okay. There certainly are ways, depending on where you're at. Obviously, I work with youth, so if I didn't think I could affect people, I can't just come in and be a happy bee and expect them to pick up on everything. So there are ways, even like this Consciousness Creators thing, you know what I mean? We're sharing ways with each other. So, but the only issue with that is the person has to be somewhat open to it, okay? So you cannot be attached to the expectation that you're going to change someone else's vibration. The best way to do it is put yourself on super high level. Always interact in a really positive way with those people, okay? If they're negative, whatever. Could be a coworker, could be a family member, or something like that. That's absolutely the best way. And then where you see a way to sneak something in, sneak it in. Laughter is awesome at that, because a lot of people, you can bring the laughter or a movie or something and share that with others, and secretly their vibration is raising up as well, okay? Same thing with mindfulness. Like right now it's kind of a buzzword, so people are doing those type of things, not even knowing the spiritual concept behind that, or the soul set, as we were talking about. So ideas for exploring creativity. Bruce said he would like a few more ideas for exploring creativity. What do you guys have out there? What do you do for your creative pursuits? Anybody respond to Bruce? Once again, Bruce, I like to, me personally, I do a lot of music. Some of which I get paid for, some of which I don't. And you can ask Ellie. I talk to Ellie like every single day, and Allie also. Ellie and Allie probably talk to me more than anyone. I have a song for everything. Like I'm one of those people that have a song trigger. So if you say a word, you're probably going to get a song out of it. And it keeps my mind like super happy, and it always gets a laugh, and that includes more. So. But in addition to music, like I say, I like to do painting. I'm not great at it. I like to do drawing. But someone said earlier, scripting. Okay, scripting is awesome. I see you, Ellie. Hey, I sing everything. Scripting is awesome. So that's like journaling. And you can turn that into a book later on, possibly. So yeah, a lot of people are saying writing, journaling. That's actually how my first book came about. Was journaling. So that's certainly a way. But you can be creative with anything. Jenny said crochet. My mom is huge in crochet. That is her thing. That's what she does. And that keeps her more positive than anything. She can always go over there and crochet away. I don't know what she's visualizing at the same time, but it's something, because she's humming a song, and she's lost in that for an hour, and then she'll come back and she'll be a great positive person. Let's see. Woodworking. Nicole says woodworking. Dominique says paint, pen and ink, sketching, cooking. I love that one. That's great. I think Ellie and I were just talking about like cooking together and stuff. Yeah, Ellie. Gardening. That's a great one. Nicole is talking about gardening. That is another great creative pursuit. Anybody else got some good ideas? Creativity drives intuition, absolutely. So creativity, what it does in terms of raising vibration is one piece. The other thing is We are creators, okay? Once again, let's tie it back into the whole thing. We are consciously creating. That is the purpose of this group. Co-creating is great. Co-creating is awesome. Whatever makes your heart sing will do. Perfect. Perfect. So that kind of gets us back to the original comment that somebody made, crafting. Beautiful. Original comment was, your inner being will let you know. Here's my thing. If you don't know what your creative passion is, just try stuff. Try stuff. Photography, cooking, journaling. I'm just listing off what all you guys are doing. Dressing creatively. That totally can be that. A lot of people are into fashion stuff. You know, especially when you start putting stuff together that, you know, matching things. And yeah, just try stuff. All right, awesome. Thanks for joining in and helping with that. Making videos. Who's put that? Let's see. Deb's put making videos, like mini movies. That's awesome. Wine and paints. There you go, Ellie. I do. That's exactly what I do. When I go, it's usually those. So, yeah, you could take a course. That would definitely open up some things. That's some great ideas on that. Let's see what time we got here. All right, well, let me wrap up here. This has been awesome first day. I love your interaction. You guys are amazing. All right, so let me just trying out something new. Perfect. Okay, great. Still 50 of you on here. That's beautiful. Okay, so let me just do some overall things about setting intentions, okay? In general, setting intention for the whole year, we're going to look at more like a theme, okay? So we want to leave plenty of room for the universe, source creation to come in and help us with those things. But we know our desire, we know our thoughts, okay? So I would invite you to try to think of a theme for this year. You know, if you follow me, you know my theme. I've been posting it, Manifesting Dreams in 2019. That is a super broad, open thing, but it's catchy for one, so I can say it in my head over and over and over. And once again, repetition changes your subconscious, okay? All right. Manifesting Dreams in 2019. I repeat that over and over and over. I post it over and over and over. Okay, so dreams can be anything to anybody. But here's the key. Once you set an intention, you want to detach from the outcome, okay? So set it and forget it, all right? So we're using it as a guide. We're knowing source energy is going to back us up on that intention and that desire. And then we're moving ahead with our day, and we're listening for those prompts, okay? We're listening for that intuition to let us know what actions to take, okay? So, yeah, if you guys are more interested in that, you can certainly follow up. I would definitely suggest Abraham Hicks, looking up segment intending with Abraham. They break it down to chunks of the day, okay? So you can have an intention for an overall year. You can have an intention for a month. And we'll get into more of that as this month progresses. But in general, I like to have a theme for the year. And then me personally, my process is I have an intention for every month. And I use the lunar calendar. So I use full moons and new moons. That's just me personally. I connect to that. So new moons are for setting new intentions. Full moons are for getting rid of old beliefs and things that no longer serve us. Okay? So that's what I do. And I vision board every single month. Some people don't. I like to do one that follows my intention for the month. And like I said, we need to keep it open enough to move. Okay? So the 4 general rules I wrote down here is keep it positive always. Okay, so you don't want to say what I want to stop. You don't want to quit smoking. You want to be more healthful. Okay? You don't want to quit eating junk food. You want to figure out what that replacement's going to be and talk about that. Okay, so we always want to talk positive. We always want to talk presently. Okay? Another thing we'll get into as we go, The subconscious mind only accepts things in the present form. Okay? It's hard for us to understand because our prefrontal cortex invented this little thing called time. And time messes us up a lot when it comes to trying to be a conscious creator. Okay? So we'll talk more about that as we go on. But in general, make sure your intentions are present. So what am I doing today and every day towards this end? Okay? But make sure it can evolve. Okay? So Source is going to add theirs. You're going to have co-creators come into your life in and out. So make sure that intention can evolve. And that's why I do monthly intentions as well. Okay? And then remember, we're starting at big picture, which is really broad. Okay? So keep it nice and open. And then we're going to go from there into smaller picture as we go and more specific. So, all right. Just a little housekeeping note here. Once again, please continue to type in here. Share this video as much as possible. It'll be up all day long for you to share out. Share out to all your groups, anybody who you think might be interested. We are leaving the group open for new members as well. So invite some people over you think that might enjoy this. We have tons of great stuff coming up. Oh my gosh, so much. I do want to let you know that tomorrow, thanks everybody. I'm glad you appreciated it. Tomorrow, Colette is going to be joining us, okay? Tapping Girl. So she's going to be talking about emotional freedom technique, EFT or tapping. She is awesome at that. I'm actually learning a lot from her about that, and I'm starting to incorporate that process into my own work as well. So I love that. She's going to be on at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time with tapping and all kind of other stuff. If you've ever joined her on a Tapping Tuesday on her channel, it's fun, high vibration. You'll love it. You will love it. But throughout the week, we have lots of good stuff coming on. Obviously, all that stuff is going to stay on the page, so you guys can join in at will. And keep typing questions, ideas. I will definitely be revisiting here and answering any questions that didn't get answered live. One bad thing about Facebook Live is the things scroll so quick. If you're a single person operation, as I am here, it's kind of hard to catch everything. Allie says she posted the schedule. Yes, yeah, I saw that. Allie did a whole lot of work of trying to convert time zones and everything. So please visit the page and check out who's coming on and what time. This is just the first. I have several others, so every single Tuesday you'll see me here at 9 o'clock or 9:01 as this morning. But someone will be on every single day. Like I said, Colette will be on tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time, so just a little bit earlier than me. And I want to end off with this mantra, which you will see is going to... Oh, let me just address too. I set you guys, if you were part of the original group, we had a core of about 600 in a week, I think, Allie, wasn't it? If you're part of that group, I set a goal for us, an intention, if you will, of reaching 1,000 members, okay? As of this morning when I logged on, we were nearly at 1,200 members in 4 short weeks. So you guys far exceeded that. And I promised in my initial thing that I was going to do a giveaway for all members of the group if we could reach to at least 1,000. So I am going to let you know that that is coming. And this is just, how am I going to say this? So we're gonna do this little mantra real quick here, and I want you to do it with me. Okay. So if you're coming back on the replay, do it with me. We're going to do it. We'll go through it 4 times. I'll break it down really slow first. And then I want to let you know that the giveaway is going to be tied into this mantra. And I'll let you know next week how you can claim that. But first of all, let's just go through this mantra real quick. And I want you to say it with me. Mantras are an excellent way for you guys to raise your own vibration and start changing those mindsets, paradigm shifts, okay? So, and if you guys have followed mine, you've probably seen this. This has kind of evolved for a few months. I think I debuted it on an interview Allie did with me a few months back. But this is full blown, and you'll see what happened to this mantra. But I want to get you guys all on board. So, this is how the mantra goes. I am grateful for the knowledge of the God within. Divine abundance flows to me easily. Okay? So once again, it's I am grateful for the knowledge of the God within. Divine abundance flows to me easily. Okay? All right. So we're going to do it 4 times, and I want you to join in. Okay? So someone asked what a mantra is. So a mantra is basically a focus, a way to focus that intention. If you notice, like in this mantra, I have, first of all, I start with I am. Okay, which I'm sure Allie will go through that. She has an awesome I am meditation, but talks about I am being the 2 most important words in the English language. Okay, and she can go through that. But anyway, all of mine usually start with I am. Okay, so everything following that describes you. Okay, so it has to be positive, has to be present. So I am grateful. Okay. So once again, we're encompassing gratitude or appreciation for the knowledge. Okay? So now we're including the prefrontal cortex of the God within, soul space. Okay? So if you believe in a higher self, that's what we're talking about. If you're talking about God, we're talking about source energy, we're talking about creation, that type of thing. Divine abundance. Okay? Divine abundance is a concept I'll talk about a little bit more at another time, but basically it is your birthright to be abundant. It is your birthright. You were born on this planet to be abundant and joyful. Okay? So divine abundance flows to me. We're going to talk about flow easily. Ease. Okay? I just had a discussion the other day. The opposite of disease is not health, it is ease. Right? Okay, so putting it together, it is I am grateful for the knowledge of the God within. Divine abundance flows to me easily. Okay? And being that I'm a hip-hop artist, and you'll get a lot more of this when later on in the week, when you've got a couple people who are also do this type of thing, including the amazing Luke Bryant Smith. But so we're going to put this in a little rhythm. This helps me, and I'm telling you, I sing this in my head all the time. And if you talk to me daily, like Ellie or Allie or some of you guys do, you know that this happens. This is the thing. So anyway, so we're going to do it 4 times. Please join with me, okay? And Ellie just typed it up there for you, so it's awesome. Follow along. So, I am grateful for the knowledge of the God within. Divine abundance, it flows to me easily. I am grateful for the knowledge of the God within. Divine abundance, it flows to me easily. I am grateful for the knowledge of the God within. Divine abundance, it flows to me easily. Last time, I am grateful for the knowledge of the God within. Divine abundance, it flows to me easily. Awesome. I hope we're able to get your vibrations started on a positive note. Happy New Year, conscious creators. Love being with you this morning. I hope you get some positive vibes out of this. And don't forget, tomorrow, Colette will be here. Feel free to keep commenting on this. And we'll be talking more about mantras and things like that as well. So, and don't forget, next week on my Tuesday session, I will let you know about the giveaway because you guys blew my my goal out of the water. So I certainly appreciate that. Share this to all your friends, and we appreciate you. Have a great day. Have a great week, and we'll see you later. Have a good one.